quick. What do you think about you, R Delver? I mean, blue-red Delver is probably fine. So I think the line here is Chord for Courser. Chord for Courser. Play this Windswept Heath, fetch basic planes, block, path, go to 1. So I mean, we're technically not dead. He has to have something here. We're dead to any creature or any spell that he can cast, but you know, in the event that he has lands or spells he can't cast, we're still in this kind of. So Chord for 3 here. What Python IDE would I recommend? I just use. I don't use an IDE. I just use a syntax highlighting text editor. So we're gonna get Courser. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna crack this and get a planes. Ship the turn back here. We're going to 1. We're not technically dead to any creatures there, Eidolon. That's fair. Eidolon does not kill us on the spot. Using PY Charm. Yeah, I do my development on Linux, so I use a text editor called Genie is my preferred. That's so sad. So close. That's fine. We've got a bunch of sideboard cards this matchup. I'm really close to turning the corner of that game. Need one more cut here. No Finks, that's correct. We were still dead even if we had a Finks there, so. Things. Cut the last Pia probably. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's submit like this. That's a close match for sure. And like, there's no guarantee that like if he doesn't hit that turn that we don't just die the following turn. We're gonna have to fade for a little while there. So, if I would have sequenced differently, so I would have played the Sacred Foundry on 1, maybe we're better off that game because we end up plus 2 points of life because I wouldn't have had to shock on 3. I'd been able to pass plus bird. So, yeah, I think we have a better chance to win that game if I sequence my lands better. I do not like Fulminator against Burn, especially because we have to leave Path to Exile, and like the Path Fulminator is not a combo. If you ever missed one of my streams, I always archiving them now and putting them up on YouTube. You can find links to those below the channel. Pride Mage kills Eidolon, which is reasonable, so that's why we keep it in there. It also puts another creature in the bin for Scavenging Ooze, and sometimes just playing a Grizzly Bear is fine in this matchup. I think this hand is acceptable on the play. So we get Bird on 1 into tapped land, Wall of my choice on 2. We could also go Bird on 1 into fetch Wall on 2. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do actually, and then tapped land on 3. Fetch basic mountain. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon, everyone. It's awesome. A little over 200 of us. That's my 3rd stream this week. We're gonna try and do 1 to 2 a week. At least one. Goal is for 2. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you're just coming here for the first time, I appreciate you choosing to spend your afternoon here. Opponent mulligan to 6. So we've got a reasonable hand on the play. This is the easy game. The hard one is going to be the one on the draw next game 3. Suspense Rift Bolt. That's good for us. All right, so we hit this, so I can go wall into wall without taking damage, which is great. He holds all of Root's taps in this current thing for whatever reason. If a card is only gaining you 2 life, it's basically not doing anything in this matchup. So I think it's much better. Opponent missed a land drop, so we can chord for 2, 3. We can chord for 4 on his turn actually. So yeah, I guess we're just doing that. So I'm gonna play this, crack the fetch. I'm gonna make a bird mana. Now we can go 1, 2. We can chord for 4, and then untap and chord for Kiki. See what he bolts here. What are we blinking with this? If I don't save the bird, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I just concede. So, alright, sure. We said that was going to be the easy game. That was the old turn 4 kill, like monster acceleration into chords. That draw's pretty rare. We're usually a fairly slow combo deck. So we gotta be more picky about the things. I'd probably keep that hand on the draw still. It's less good on the draw because like Goblin Guide hits us twice, but I think it's still reasonable. We're looking for like Helix or Lone Missionary, one of our big life game cards. Lowest impact budget cuts with this deck. You can cut the Horizon Canopy. You can cut some number of Voice. Voice is really good. Your deck's going to be worse without it, but you could cut that. That's the other expensive card, so. Horizon Canopy is definitely a fairly low impact trim. Super easy mulligan. Don't have any sideboard cards. I think this is a mulligan as well. This hand is not great, but it's a keep. This is close. I think we're just supposed to look for a land. Especially because I keep Goblin Guide. It's on 1, and we don't want to leave a non-land on top for that. Yep. Come on, land. 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 Fucking. Ugh. Ugh. Don't bolt the bird. Don't do it. If he doesn't bolt the bird and we hit a land, actually, if we hit the land, so we need one of those two things. If he kills the bird, we need to hit a land. Don't Searing Blaze me, you heathen. Don't do it. Nope. Nope, we're dead. No! Alright, we hit a land. So he has his nut draw, but we hit a land at least. We have 2 Helixes and a Snapcaster Mage, so, you know, maybe. Maybe there's a chance. I don't want to get Skullcrack, so I'm just casting that there. It's a shame we didn't hit a red source that didn't have to deal us 3. Like, if we would have just, like, hit Mountain or, like, Fetch for Mountain, we'd be plus 2 life and much better off in this game, but we have 2 Snapcaster Mages, so, like, if we hit a land, yeah, bolts. See, look what we got there. The Bee's Capital and Hoogland Bolt. Hopefully we get a little Hoogland Flood, get all the emotes going on. Flood it out. I would make the Horizon Canopy probably a Stirring Wildwood or a Razor Verge Thicket. I don't think there's a reason to play a second Temple Garden. Voice. That's not ideal. I wanted to hit a tapped land there so we could have a chance of playing Witness next turn. I don't want to get Skull Cracked or Tarkus Commanded, so that's why I waited. That's why I just did it when I did it. Probably dead now. Yeah, just like not drawing a land. So we definitely could have won this game off of 5 cards in the back of how powerful Lightning Helix is, but we drew pretty poorly. Well, we'll make him kill us, I suppose, but rating's on the wall at this point. Or Boros Charm Indestructible, yeah. Why does our opponent have Path in their deck? Sure. I guess Path is good against our annoying creatures. Oh, that's super frustrating. Just like never drawing another land. Next land is 40 to 19 cards in. Alright, that's fine. Run a quick commercial. I queue up for the next match. Thanks for hanging out. Yep. You gotta remember that Magic's a game where sometimes you just die. You don't want to be a part of that. You should play chess. Right? Shit. Blame the 61. Yep. 61 cards. It's the reason why the third land was 19 cards in. Yeah, and like that game's a good example of like why the bird matchup's pretty reasonable. Our opponent had arguably his best start. He had turn 1 Goblin Guide into turn 2 Searing Blaze our creature, and we were still very much in that game if we would have hit a third land by probably like turn 5. So like needed to hit a third land in the first 5 turns of the game to be in the game, and you know, sometimes you don't. Why did we remove a voice from the main? Because there's less blue decks with the removal of twin, so voice is slightly less good, and I am expecting there to be more aggressive decks in the format, so I added a second wall of roots to have some more acceleration. Acceleration is good when your opponent's playing aggressive decks. Voice is better when grinding, so slanted it slightly more towards having some acceleration. Yeah, this hand's very good. One of mulligans. Went to 5. One's got a pretty good rating. Not a mirror, at least. Could be some kind of devotion deck. He mulliganed to 5, but he's got his best start. We'll see if he's got a payoff spell here to capitalize on it. There is Daniel Tiger going on in the background right now. You're not mishearing. I think we're gonna go wall into bird here so we can chord for Pontiff next turn. Doran and Eidolon don't even do the same thing, so I'm not sure why you would make that comparison and why you should make that change. When you're talking about swaps like that, you want to consider, like, do these cards do similar things? And Doran and Eidolon do completely different things. So our opponent has access to infinite mana this turn. Chord for Fulminator. That seems pretty good, too. So he's got up to 7 mana this turn. Yeah, I guess Fulminator is probably better than Pontiff on this board. Hopefully he just doesn't have a very good payoff spell. We can beat a lot of payoffs here. Primeval Titan we probably can't. Deceiver Exarch. So our opponent's playing like Bring to Light something or other. Bring to Light for 3 colors, sure. Being Static Caster? That's awful for us. This has got to be for Static Caster. Glittering Wish, sure, man.